Hello everyone, my name is Damien. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my channel. As many of you know, in Kurtzpel latest big update, there was a lot of additions. Some good, some really bad. But that's not what I want to focus on this video, even though I might make some remarks. Even though this update has been met with a lot of backlash, it has also brought a lot of players in, new and old. Hopefully our developers overlords decide to actually stay true to the developers' words, and well, we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, regardless of everything, the new karma system, pay shop, also known as KP shop, CP shop, a way to see what map, what mode, what your teammates will be using, and change your loadout before getting options, has been added to this game. It is a lot of positive stuff among an even bigger amount of negative stuff. Regardless, this means that the game still might have a good direction. So today I'll be talking about two things that I have not mentioned, a very unbalanced stat system and an equal unbalanced wannabe skill tree. I will start by this excuse of a skill tree that was implemented. As we all know, Kurtzpel is a heavy focused PvP game, therefore any kind of stats added will impact the gameplay. Unlike before this patch, the game does not provide you with the tools to actually match players on an equal footing after a bit of grind. There are two options. You either farm, and we're talking about, we're not talking about light farm, we're talking at least 2 months of a proper farming if you're a new player, and 1 month if you're an older player. And I think I'm pushing it down when I say that. So in order to guide you in this mess of a UI and a UI of acquiring your skills, passives and sub karmas, I decided to make this video. So this is how your progression tree, working title, looks like. So I'm gonna start by showing you guys what the progression tree, skill tree kind of looks like. This is how the progression tree currently looks like. The way the progression tree looks like works is you will be, this is on my account, so therefore I already leveled up a lot of the stuff. You can see, for example, my hammer is already max leveled. But I'll start by explaining what has been added and what kind of changes there are. Before this patch, there existed CP and AP. AP would be the XP for you to be able to unlock something to buy it with CP. Currently, they added another currency, which you can only get a certain amount daily. Right now, the amount is 100, and you'll eventually find out that it's not enough to actually efficiently acquire the stuff that you need. This currency is called DP. You can see here on the side in the green. This you can get daily 50 from PvP and 50 from PvE. So basically you need this to unlock your skills. So in this case, in the sword, you can see that my first I'm pretty sure this first line you get here, you get it for free. And then the second level over here, you already have to invest. If you're an older player, you already have the skills and each one of the sub karmas, you will not have to do that, but there is a trick to that I will explain in a bit. So in order to go to the second tab, like the level 2 over here, your level of the karma has to be at least level 2. If you want to go for the level 3, you have to have level 3, level 4, and level 5 for the last one that you can see that I have not unlocked here. But if you go to hammer, you can see that it's fully unlocked. All I have to do now is invest the DP required in order to level it up. So one thing you guys can always do, you can play the karmas at least to farm the AP up, and then you can farm the DP daily as much as you want. Let's start with the ones I've leveled up the most. So for example, we're gonna start by looking at what's the biggest problem with this patch and what you guys should be careful with. Previously to this patch, each one of us had a certain amount of sub karmas. So if we go to my inventory, and this is mainly for people who have started playing before this patch, you can see that I have a lot of skills, a lot of some sub karmas from previously. And how this works is, as you can see here, I have 2 debuff durations. So this means that if I go to my staff, which is the one I have leveled the furthest, and I want to get the debuff duration, one of those that is in my inventory will be spent. Okay, so there leaves us with another one. So if I go to my hammer afterwards and I want to get the debuff duration of the one for the hammer, the last one will be spent. This you will get for free. If you will spend the sub karma that you have in your inventory, and therefore you will get the skill for free. Here's the if. The big if with this is if I spend it on my staff and on my hammer, which is the ones I like to play the most, I will not be able to use it on my, I will have to spend DP in order to get it on my sword, in order to get it on my bow, in order to get it on my DS, in order to get it on my fist, in order to get it on the cannon. So this is the same thing for all this single spots that are here. So you can see that, for example, this didn't exist previously, basic attack power increase. So if I press it, it will say that I need CP, which as you can see shouldn't be a problem because I have more than enough CP for that. And I will need 165 CP. This means that I will have to do 5 PvE missions, 5 PvP missions, and I will have to, on the next day, do another 5 PvE or PvP missions, and at least 2 more of one or the other. So in order to get 165. So you can see that it takes me 2 days to get this single skill over here. From what I've researched so far, you will require more and more the further you go, because you can see that over here on level 2 it's only 100. If you go to, let's see if I have one for level 3. No, I do not. But basically, the further you go, the more DP you will require. From what I've heard, over here on level 5, I think it should be around 200, but I'm not sure since I never reached it. You can see over here on level 2, and it's 77. So the further you go, the more DP will need. The 2 options are to do daily all the DP that you can, and this will be also a problem because it's locked by 300 DP. But I don't think this is a problem if you have to spend it right away. So far I haven't encountered any problem with that. The biggest problem here is it will take a long time for a new player to even get all this stuff. I've only done this progress so fast due to the fact that I already had a lot of stuff that I farmed previously. They could have told us previously that, oh wait, just craft 6 of each karma or 7 of each karma essence, so that when you're going to the new skill tree, you can actually get it without an issue, since you already played before. They didn't tell us this. I'm pretty sure it was on purpose because they want us to spend some KP shop. So that is the first tip I give you guys. Be careful when selecting which weapon you want to level up. Do not make the same mistake I did. I leveled up sword, so I spent my decrease cooldown and my reset cooldown on the sword, which I don't play as much, instead of putting it on my hammer. That is one of the tips I would advise you guys to be very careful with. Don't spend your sub karmas just aimlessly without thinking what you're gonna do. Also, the other thing that has been added was the accessory system. The accessory system is something that is very debatable because, according to one of my viewers, that has been counting how much stuff you require to actually get proper stats. So if you guys don't understand what I'm talking about, if we go up over here to my equipment, you can see that even weapons now have stats. Everything has 2 stats. How do you roll the stats, you ask? Well, let me show you. You can roll the stats on any weapon, any custom, any accessory that you require by going to reroll item option and using a magic stone. How do you acquire magic stones? Here's the trick. Magic stones currently can only be acquired by sacrificing an item from a CP shop or an item that you already possess. PvE items do not work for this. Note that PvE items do not work. This is a way that they found to force us to either farm an enormous amount of CP, which currently it's very bad because I'm at A2 right now, and A2 I think you get around 100 CP, and each item on the shop is about 40k CP. So you guys can kind of do the maths and see how long it will take per match to even get 1 magic stone. For some items like the outfit, if I'm not mistaken, you actually require 2 outfits, 2 magic stones. So yeah, you require 2 magic stones to reroll everything. And if you only want to reroll 1 item, you're required to even use another stone called Radiant Magic Stone. This one cannot be acquired anyway except the daily login event, which is over here, I believe, yes, and the Battle Pass. Oh, and you can also buy it from the KP shop, which in my personal opinion currently is not worth putting the money into it, because if you do the maths, you will spend well over 50 euros just to try to get something really good. Something I did forget to mention was that when you were talking about magic stones or radiant magic stones, there are several types of them. For karmas, you will need a weapon magic stone. For outfits, you'll need a outfit magic stone. Same thing for radiant, by the way. There's radiant radiant magic stone for outfit, radiant magic stone for weapons, and radiant magic stone for accessories. So the amount of magic stones of each type you need to get is enormous. This obviously is not a good system, but I'm here just showing you guys the ropes, showing you guys how to do it, and I'll let you guys figure it out. Each karma, each class per se, also has the karma options, which are not linked to directly the weapon that you have chosen. So for example, you can see that I have several weapons in my case. So if I go to my equipment, you can see that I have several staffs, and each staff has different stats. On top of the stats that this staff has, my class or karma type also has different stats. So in this case, I kind of was lucky. I did one magic stone and I got right away 2 stats of cast speed. Neither of them is max. I believe that blue is the white is the lowest, blue is the second to lowest, purple is the second to highest, and then yellow, which I don't know if I actually have in any of them, is the highest one that you can actually obtain. But I do have it on my equipment. Let me show you. So if you check if you check my gloves, for example, cast speed, that is the max you can get on a cast speed gloves, at least. I'm not sure if it I think it changes according to the type of accessory or a type of, no, in accessories I think it's all the max. Yeah, cast speed is 1% on all max, for example, but if you go to a outfit, it might be different. I'm not sure, because if you notice that I have a yellow move speed on my slippers, but then if you go to my outfit, I have the same value, but it's blue. So I'm guessing this one goes about 4%, which is actually pretty good. But the problem is the current way to get the stones makes it very, very hard. So when rotating your, when making your stats, be sure that you are not losing anything, because this stats make an enormous difference currently. The cast speed right now, in this case for hammer and staff, is a world of a difference. It enables you to actually win fights and to actually be able to combo at certain points. So do keep that in mind. I agree with everyone that is saying that the system currently, it is not good, because what the company is trying to do is trying to force players into putting an enormous amount of money to even min-max stats, which it's quite a scam in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Not gonna tell you guys what to do with your money. So that's about it, guys. I hope that this video somehow enlightened you a bit more about the new system that has been implemented. I could go on and talk about every single change in the game currently, but I don't think there's a point on it, and I'll just leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys on Tuesday as usual. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you guys. Bye.